Hello, what you see on your screen right now, it's the box which contains a Vizio V Series 4K Ultra High Definition television. Welcome to our channel, all about home electronics, where in this video not only are we going to unbox the contents, but we're going to take a look at all the connectivity options built into the television, and then we're going to review the picture performance, sound performance, and other features of the Vizio V Series TV. We're going to get started right after this. Vizio supplied a quick setup guide, some safety and warranty information, of course a power cord for the TV, remote control and batteries, and then if you're not going to mount it on the wall, they also included the stand and the hardware. So there is no connectivity cable included in the box, which is pretty typical when buying a brand new television nowadays. The price point is so affordable that they're supplying a high quality feature-rich television, but it's up to you to make sure you have the correct cabling. And the importance of this video, because it's a 4K ultra high definition television, you need to make sure you have the right cable connectivity in order to connect it and be able to view the 4K content. We'll go into that in just a minute. If you want to watch 4K content from an externally connected device, you're going to want to connect it using a 4K Ultra HD and HDR compatible HDMI cable like this one shown here. If you have an HDMI cable and it's not rated high speed, there's a good chance you're not going to be able to enjoy 4K content on this or any other 4K TV. We turn the TV around so that we can take a closer look at the back panel of this Vizio V Series 4K Ultra High Definition television. We want to take a look at some of the connection points, features built in, and some of the wireless software connectivity. Now, starting down here at the bottom left, if you lose your remote or it malfunctions or your batteries die, you can still turn the TV on and off with these physical buttons. You can control the volume up and down, and you can toggle in between the various inputs that are built here on the back. And starting at the top, we have a USB 2.0. Now you can set this up to where it's always on, whether the TV is on or powered off, and it will allow you to charge a device, be it your smartphone, tablet, etc. But you can also use this port to connect, let's say, a thumb drive and watch videos, photographs, or music files that you have on that thumb drive. Now there are 3 HDMI inputs, which is a pretty good number of inputs available. We'll start with HDMI 1, which is ARC enabled. ARC stands for Audio Return Channel. This allows you to connect the television to an external speaker system such as a soundbar or an AVR, which also is ARC compatible. We'll post a link at the end of the video describing that in a little more detail. And then there are 2 other HDMI inputs, with the third supporting up to 1.4 version HDMI. Now down here is a pretty typical coaxial input connector. This is where you would connect an over-the-air antenna or directly to your cable service itself. Now going over here to the right, this Vizio 4K TV does have Wi-Fi connectivity built in, but our recommendation is that if you have a LAN cable, an Ethernet cable available from your router, that you connect it here to the Ethernet port. And assuming your DHCP service on your router is turned on, it'll automatically connect your TV to the internet. Additionally, it has an audio output. It's the red-white. It's simply stereo. That means that you're going to get a red-white 2-channel stereo output to a speaker system, be it a sound bar or a speaker itself or a surround sound system. And additional, what I really like about what Vizio has done with this TV is they provided a composite video input, yellow, white, and red, yellow being the video, white and red being the audio inputs. A lot of older electronic equipment which people hold on to, including myself, if you want to connect that to your Vizio 4K TV, while you will not be able to view 4K content over this connectivity, you'll still be able to view the video content output by that particular device. Now, also, there is an audio optical output. This will output digital surround sound signals that pass through your TV or through a streaming platform built into the TV. You would connect this cable either to a soundbar system or to an AVR. Again, we'll have a link at the end of this video describing this in a little better detail. As you can see here, Vizio has produced what they call the SmartCast mobile app that allows you to connect and control features of this particular Vizio V Series SmartCast 4K television. But additionally, you can pair this particular Vizio V Series TV with a variety of mobile apps. For example, the Apple HomeKit, Google Assistant, or Echo. Earlier we mentioned we'd review the sound capabilities of this V Series TV. And what we found, in our opinion, Vizio built in just the right mix of audio capability and features. When we navigate to the TV's menu settings and select audio, we quickly discover some of the features that are built in. For example, when you navigate down to surround sound and you turn it on, Vizio imprints a note that says the speakers are going to receive a DTS surround sound signal. Now, this is going to be what we would consider a simulated surround sound coming from the two built-in speakers of the V Series television. However, if you turn the surround sound off and you scroll farther down the menu, you'll see that Vizio has given you the option to adjust the audio based upon your personal preference. What we found is that when you turn surround sound off, and again in our opinion, dialogue tends to become more clear, and this would be maybe a more appropriate sound level for when you're listening to the news or talk shows, etc. Now, earlier in the video, on the back panel of the TV, we mentioned the two, or actually three, audio outputs. One is the HDMI ARC, the other is the Toslink optical output, and then of course you have the standard red-white analog output. If you connect an external speaker system, be it a soundbar or an AVR, you have the capacity to select the audio format signal that goes out to that particular device. And we presume that many people would select Dolby D. Now, Dolby D is not a format we find in a lot of other competing sets or lesser sets. So in this particular V Series, Vizio went ahead and presents the Dolby D as a digital output format. And for simplicity's sake, that effectively is a 5.1 surround sound signal that you can output either through your HDMI ARC enabled equipment or through the Toslink audio output. You do not need to connect an external speaker system because, as we mentioned, there are two speakers built in, and the performance of those speakers is certainly very adequate for listening to any type of programming. In order to review the performance of this V Series Vizio TV, naturally we had to view 4K content. And this video comes from YouTube. We'll post a link to it in the description below our video. We're stunned by the performance of this TV. Now, clock speed is 60 Hz, but as you can maybe see on your video screen, that's not an impediment to the overall quality of the picture. We actually did side-by-side comparisons with this V Series television and a slightly more dated, only 1080p television, and we were quite surprised at how much better this V Series picture performance was or is compared against that dated television. The colors are more brilliant, the blacks are more true. The brightness of the photo is noticeable, and the clarity of the picture is starkly different. It's better. So Just to give you an example, we would watch a 720p program on both televisions. This one, the Vizio V Series, and the slightly more dated 1080p TV. And in all aspects, this TV outperformed that one in every dimension. And so we think this is a very strong performer for its price point especially. Now, the only other component to this review that we feel we need to touch on is within the home screen itself. Now, the Vizio V Series has every imaginable app that a viewer might want. And this allows you to toggle between your over-the-air antenna, should you connect one, or cable or satellite service, should you decide to connect one. But Vizio has several features in here that require no login and no subscription as well. For example, this watch free, there are hundreds of channels that you can view from major movie houses or some other programs with no subscription. And there's a pretty good guide built in that you can scroll through in order to see which channel you're watching. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below the video. Here are a few video links we hope you might find useful. If you liked this video or it helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe free to our channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.